For years, Tesla's plans of producing affordable cars have confused people, me too to be fair, but alas I think I'm right, sort of. First came Project NV91, rumoured to be a budget Model Y or the fabled Model 2, tied to the next generation platform with the innovative unboxed manufacturing process. Then there's Cybercab, the 2024 robotaxi, which some still think is the upcoming affordable meat-driven car too. Not so. The upcoming affordable models will be built on existing production lines and retain traditional driving features for everyday buyers. The Cybercab's production is designed entirely for autonomy. So what affordable Teslas are coming? Well, lots. In the latest earnings call, Elon Musk confirmed Tesla is developing more affordable models set for production in the first half of 2025 on existing lines. We should hear something about these mystery, more affordable vehicles any day now. But there's more exciting news that's come to light. I'll get to that in a minute, but first, I've proposed many times that the new, more affordable models might be simplified versions of the Model 3 and Model Y, as the Mexican Model 3 has already showed us, with cost savings like these. The Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive variant sold in Mexico has been modified to offer a more affordable option compared to other markets. Here's a brief list of what's different or missing. Textile seats replaces vegan leather with grey fabric ones. There's no heated or ventilated seats, there's no heated steering wheel, there's no rear passenger screen, there's a white-only ambient lighting instead of the RGB colour lighting. It also has reduced acoustic glass, which is limited to just the front windows and not the rear or the roof, and it has a simplified audio system. Speaker count drops from 17 to 9 with no subwoofer and a single amplifier. These changes make it about $2,600 cheaper than the previous Mexican Model 3 rear-wheel drive, although that's still more expensive than the US-based model despite fewer features. That's a bit of a bummer if you're Mexican, isn't it? But bear with me on this hypothesis. Tesla could lower profit margins per vehicle and lean on software as a service revenue like full self-driving subscriptions or licensing, which offer high margins and reoccurring income. I think this strategy aligns with Tesla's focus on scaling production and software innovation, although it does hinge on widespread FSD adoption and regulatory approval. But just consider, the implications of full self-driving revenue for Tesla are massive. If widely adopted, FSD could transform Tesla into a high-margin software-driven company with reoccurring revenue from subscriptions. For example, it's about $100 a month, but could be $200 a month or a one-time purchase of $15,000. It could dwarf vehicle sales profits, potentially adding billions annually while enabling new business models like autonomous ride-hailing, another enormous revenue opportunity, by the way, that I won't go into now. But surely it must be a consideration to Tesla to take this approach. I'd love to hear what you think about this in the comments. Does it make sense to deliberately lower profit margins now to open up a huge new market of affordable Teslas to reap the benefits of future FSD revenue? But here's today's revelation. Not only are Tesla working on all new affordable models for the release in the first half of this year, they are clearly working on more affordable versions of their new Model Y as well. And I guess giving me just a little vindication over the very thing I've been expecting and ranting about for some time. Over on Reuters, exclusive, Tesla plans Model Y costing at least 20% less to produce to defend China share, sources say. Low-cost version to be built in Shanghai from 2026, sources say. Shanghai output mainly for China market, sources say. Version will also be built for Europe, North America, source says. Very saucy. Shanghai, March 14th. Tesla will make a lower-cost version of its best-selling Model Y in Shanghai, 3 people with knowledge of the matter said, aiming to regain ground lost during the price war in its second-largest market. The US electric vehicle maker is developing the model under a project codenamed E41 and will be built using existing production lines, the people said. Mass production will begin at its biggest factory by output in 2026, said 2 of the people. The car will be smaller and cost at least 20% less to produce than the refreshed Model Y launched late last year, 2 of them said. The Model Y, a mid-sized SUV crossover, retails from $263,501, $36,351. The Shanghai output will be mainly sold in China to defend market share, one of the people said. The model will also be produced in Europe and North America, the person said, without providing a timeframe. How many times does this article say the people? The people declined to be identified as the project is confidential. Tesla did not respond to requests for a comment. That's because they never do. Tesla's intention to make a lower cost Model Y, led by its China team, was first reported by 36KR. The project name and size of cost reduction are reported here for the first time. CEO Elon Musk in January said Tesla would introduce lower cost models in the first half of 2025, but did not elaborate on the size of cost reduction, pricing, size or specification. But of course, Tesla are going to want to keep these more affordable models a bit of a secret, as they've just launched the new and improved Model Y. If people were aware of what's to come soon enough, it might affect sales today. The Model Y was China's best-selling car in 2023 and 2024, but is seeing strengthened competition from domestic peers who have launched at least 6 rival models in the past year. Xiaomi's YU7 crossover could become its strongest rival when launched this year, analysts have said. Tesla's market share in China's battery-only EV market slipped to 10.4% last year from 11.7% a year earlier. Hardly much then, is it? Obviously, the anticipation of the launch of the new Model Y perhaps delayed some people's purchases. The SU7 sedan from Xiaomi, the world's third largest smartphone maker that only started selling cars in April, has outsold Tesla's Model 3 on a monthly basis since December. Gotta give credit where it's due here. Xiaomi deserves praise for jumping into the electric car world with the SU7 series, proving it can do more than just smartphones. Get this, the SU7 Ultra with 1,548 horsepower and a super fast 0 to 60 time of 1.98 seconds sets a new bar for the automotive world, and it starts at about $30,000. With over 100,000 cars delivered in 2024, it plans to sell worldwide by 2027. Xiaomi's quick success shows they're a serious player, quite rightly challenging big names like Tesla and Porsche. I mean, sure, it's about time Tesla receives some decent competition, but for Porsche, this is brutal. Key difference, the Xiaomi SU7 base model is roughly 4 to 5 times cheaper than the Porsche Taycan base model in China, while the SU7 Ultra, despite its 1,500 horsepower, outperforming the Taycan Turbo GT's 1,019 horsepower, costs about 1/3 as much. That's a mighty difference to pay for a Porsche badge. This price gap highlights Xiaomi's strategy of offering high performance at a fraction of Porsche's luxury pricing, and goes to show that newer, more nimble, flexible EV companies have a serious advantage over older, rigid, traditional companies, let alone companies trying to compete with performance and efficiency of internal combustion engine vehicles. If it's not obvious to you which is the superior tech by now, and that internal combustion engines are about to go extinct, I don't know what to tell you. The ice age is ending, like it or lump it. Tesla of late has not announced any completely new products other than its autonomous cybercab robotaxi for 2026. Instead, it is fending off rivals, particularly in China, with different versions of existing models developed in quick succession. It plans to launch a 6-seat variant of the Model Y later this year in China, a market of increasing importance as sales plunge in Europe and the US, sources have said. As I've reported previously, 1 in 4 car sales in the UK are now fully electric, and this is before the new Model Y deliveries begin. Might the UK have woken up to the propaganda and smear campaigns against Elon Musk and Tesla? Let's find out together. Like and subscribe, and if you're easily offended by other people's opinions, don't click this video next. You've been warned. Perhaps you'd like this one instead. It's a bit more comfortable. I'm Will. This is the Tesla Jigsaw. Thank you, patrons. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.